Philadelphia, what's the deal? You already know who you rockin' with. Frank with the Grippaz gone. With my nigga Show Tizzy. Philly F.A.M.E TV. Growl at me. Bang, bang.
So yeah, we recently did interviews with a couple people, from Touch Money side, couple people from Headshot side. They basically were telling their side of the whole classic Headshots top class beef, battle. And on both sides, they both mentioned you in the mix of it, saying that you and Jahag pretty much was like a major part in the beef and the battle. So before we get to that, let's just, take people back a little bit. How you first get into music and all that? How you first start rapping and all that?
Sheesh, how I first get into music, I actually always was into it, but how I first started rapping was, they used to have little talent shows in my hood. And a couple of my homies used to rap. They was hot. My brother used to rap. He was hot. So I was like influenced. It was all around me. I knew I could do it. I freestyle until one day I start trying. Once I start trying, it was a rap from there. That shit just ain't stopped. You know what I mean? And I had more motivation by coming up under my older bros, Dex and Kre. You know what I mean? And my other older bros, City Council, Scoop G's, Drama, they all spit. There was a couple other bros I had in the hood, Mall Stars and Ugg, and so it was a lot. It was around my hood crazy, so I had to get parts. You feel me?
Right. For those who don't know, tell them about where you from. Tell them about the hood. What part of the city you repping?
Yeah, I'm from Tasker, the dead end. The bottom of South Philly. The bottom of the bottom, the bottom of the map. So it's like, we call it the dead end because once you come through there, all you could do is hit the expressway. That's the last stop, and for a million other reasons. But I'm from South Philly, man. I'm from the P, man. Southwest love me too, though, So I hold Southwest down too, But I'm from the P. 31st Street, 31st and Tasker, Napper Street, the Punch Buggy. Word. You already know.
And we was talking about before, like you basically from the same hood as Kre. You say, yeah, you basically came up under him. So talk about a little bit of that, cause for some people, a lot of people from our era remember like from the Big Star days, he's one of the first people, like really popping like that on some rap shit, and you came up under that. So talk a little bit about that. Like,
actually, he was the very first. He was a star first. Him and Eddie Mars was the first two I ever seen on the joint. You know what I'm saying? Back then I ain't know Ed, but Forch was Forch. And so I would see Kre come from school with the DVDs, the Big Star popping and all that. So that was like extra motivation. Like I said, Kre and them 5-6 years older than me, so they was already out. They was already battling, and dudes coming to the hood. I'm on the sideline watching them battle. They getting it in, and I'm just like, man, I gotta hold the hood down. Like, ain't no way in the world I'm just letting niggas get all these parts of this shit, and I ain't getting none of it. So that was like, I would always just force myself to go harder. Then I would dive into battles with them, And the competition will force me to go harder, making sure I keep up with them, and they not just taking all the oohs and ahs and all that. And then it would be a skill sharpener, which was outside of personally, the rap would be a skill sharpener with our life, because it was like with us being around each other every day. I go on a hiatus for 2 days and be in the house writing 2-3 days and come back out and be talking my shit. Forch, I think I could get you today, bro. And Forch would be like, what? We start going there. But I spit like a couple bars at him. We be going off the top as family. So I spit a couple bars at him, pop my little shit. By the time I get to like 4 bars, I'm stuck. Like, And him and Dexter start double teaming the shit out of me off the top of the dome. Mind you, my squad out there, they squad, TCG, TCYG, we all on Stanley Street. We be out there in the hood tripping from the projects to the blocks. You know what I'm saying? So with that, it was like then my old head Paco, You know what I'm saying? I heard Reed mention him in his interview. Shout out Shushki. You know what I mean? But he would bring niggas down, and he would play a significant part in my development. He would play a significant part in my development. Like, besides battling, I would battle a lot of people on my own, running around my dollar party days and all that. You know what I mean? But then it came to a time where I got too hot for my peers, so they had to go find talent elsewhere, bring them down, and I was savagely devouring them. Like, you know what I mean? And it was just like it was undeniable. It was undeniable to where as though to where as though it was like I earned my spot. After going through all this, I earned my spot. It was just like a lot. It was a lot. It was a long story to coming up under them, but it was a hard road, and it wasn't an easy thing because when you your own, when you probably the hottest rapper in your own hood, is different. When you the first one that was rapping around there, so you became the hottest. I wasn't the first one in the hood. You know what I'm saying? They was already in the hood with it. So like I came up under them. So I had to get my own. I couldn't be known as Dex and Kre Youngboy. Yeah, personally, I ain't got no problem with that. I come up under them. They my big bros. You know what I'm saying? But when it come to this music, like I gotta go get my own. I need to make my own name. So with that, it was just like that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? I branched off, and Kre actually introduced me to Big Star when I was 13 years old. In the projects, Big Star came down, recorded us and shit all crazy. And I got reintroduced to him with Eddie Mars, but coming up with Kre, that's a significant thing coming up under Kre and Dex. Now, to a lot of y'all that don't know Dex, that's Kre partner. They was the Blood Brothers before Sour Apple Green DVD. Dex got locked up and did a 10 or 20. You know what I'm saying? But they was the Blood Brothers. He back home now. You know what I mean? Shout out Dex Ski.
So then you said you got introduced to Big Star when you was 13, then you got reintroduced to him by Eddie Mars, and then y'all ended up going on the Too Raw for the Streets battle tour. Y'all was going to different cities and stuff like that. So then y'all able to basically build a relationship on that tour. So talk a little bit about that situation and how that ended up forming a top class situation later on down the line.
Well, yeah, it was like the Big Star thing popped off from. It was like an energy thing. It was something that can only happen once. Me and Eddie Mars knew each other because I was in Southwest, like I said, and I was in Southwest from Southwest to South Philly. But in my Southwest time, I meet Eddie Mars. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, I know you. Like we met on street terms, but once we knew each other for a minute, I knew him for a minute before I actually knew where I recognized his face from. Then I already knew his name and all that. By the time I even knew he rapped, he ain't even mentioned rap. One day he just mentioned rap. I'm like, damn, that's where I know you from, cuz. You the boy that was on a Big Star tape, VCR drone back in the day. I'm like, he like, yeah. So we start busting it from there. This right when he just come home from upstate doing his state bid. So me and him start busting about the rap. We get introduced through the rap. We introduce ourselves with our rap selves to each other at that time. You know what I mean? Start vibing. I meet Rain Man walking down the street. Rapping some of Kre shit. I'm walking through Southwest spitting Kre shit. And Rain Man, young boy, stopped me like, you spit? I'm like, yeah, why? My little laugh off jump. Let me hear something, y'all arrogant and shit. Let me hear something. Like, nigga, you let me hear something. He spit some shit. I give him a fucking bing real quick. I'm gonna go get my old head Rain. He go get Rain Man. So I'm like, go get that nigga. Like, I'll be the fuck out here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was that night or the next day he come back with Rain and shit. I'm standing on the steps. I'm on 62nd and Elmwood. I'm out there in my bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm grinding and shit. So I'm standing on the steps. So This nigga walking across the street with Rain Man. So I'm looking at this nigga like, what the fuck is these niggas like? You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, I hope this ain't his old head he went to go get. At the same time, I'm like, I hope this is his old head he went to go get. You know what I mean? So he come up with Rain. I'm on my joint, like I don't know him, so I ain't smiling, none of that shit. I don't know him, none of that MTV shit, none of that. Yeah, I'm Rain Man, MTV battle. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. So I'm looking at this nigga crazy. He'll tell you itself. You know what I mean? So he spit. We get to go on the fuck in. You know what I mean? And that shit got crazy out there too. You know what I mean? Then it was like, so then I met Reed. I indirectly met Reed at Club Flow one day. We went to Bartram for years. From the time I got to Southwest, we ain't meet each other the whole time we was in Bartram. We ain't meet till we dropped out. It was crazy, but we knew each other. Bartram was just so big that I don't know if I was in business, communications, or motivation, or whichever one I was in, he was in a different job. So I was biting niggas' heads to fuck all high school and all that. It was a rap by the time I got to high school. So I was biting niggas. And niggas would be like, you gotta meet Reed, you gotta battle the boy Reed. He the hottest nigga up Southwest, this and that, blase. He the hottest young boy, this and that. I'd be like, alright, well, that nigga gotta meet me, you know what I mean? I be talking my shit. And Ace was his man, and that was my man too. That was one of the first niggas I met, man. Free my man Ace, man. Shout out Ace, man. Free you, man. Out of school, but like I said, I'm from the P. So once them school times out, I'm back out tasking. So we wouldn't never meet each other. One day, we had Club Flow. This one, Takedown had the joint. Shout out Takedown, man. Free them guys, man. They had Club Flow. Forch Kre take me down Club Flow. And shit, Kre and Sandman keep arguing about who hotter out of me and done did it all this little fly shit, right? So we down Club Flow, and me and Reed get to like the semi-joint. We both at like the last joint before the Klass joint, and we both they vote both of us to lose, and we both know we won the joint, but they vote both of us to lose. That's why I say it was crazy how we all wound up coming to meet. One day Eddie Mars just wake me up in the morning. All this shit happened in the same year. Rain Man situation happened, and on the 2 days before New Year's 2003, like the 29th or the 30th, right before he did the MTV battle. Then the Reed Club Flow shit happened when that was the first time we visibly saw each other. That was like January or something like that. Then fucking or probably was right prior to that. It was somewhere around that time though. Then Eddie Mars just called me one day, waking me up in the morning. I'm laying down, knocked the fuck out, laid up. You know what I mean? Yo, bro, you feel like going out New York to battle with Big Star? What? Nigga, I ain't heard Big Star name in 4 years. What? We out. Come get me, nigga, we out. You know what I'm saying? So he come get me. Bang, Rain Man lived it down the street from me. So he come get me first. Like I said, that was my man. You know what I mean? So he come grab me. Bang. We spin around the block, go grab Rain. Bang. We spin, go grab Reed. Me and Reed in the back of the Lex. I'm in Rain up front. Do that ride. With that ride, we come up here, go meet Big Star. We come up here, bro, to Allegheny. Meet everybody up, bro, to Allegheny. Big Star, Critical, and my old head Joe Bread. Shout out my nigga Joe Bread. I ain't see him in a minute either. But we come up here and meet up with Big Star and shit, and we rock out. We on our way out. We always go to New York, but they say Harrisburg. Fuck it, I don't care. So we go over there, and the vibe, the energy that we created riding with each other, it was just fierce. You know what I'm saying? And when me and Reed sat there and was actually right there in front of each other's face, talking that shit to each other, that shit gave me it gave me a whole different energy. Like I loved it battling niggas. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard for me to say that this nigga was as hot as me with anybody. It was hard for me to say that shit, especially with niggas my age. So with us doing that, And this nigga really like going toe to toe with me. I was the bar ball, so he going toe to toe with me. We ain't. That's how he is. The competitiveness, we ciphering, but we still being competitive and shit in our whole deliveries and all that. You feel me? So I'm peeping him, and I'm like, damn. All right, check him out. We nitpicking that shit from each other while we going up there. After that, the energy was a wrap. It was like that shit was just meant to be. He wound up in a situation with OG where he was recording the AAP, and we go down there. He introduced us to OG like that, coming down there to get us on his mixtape through the AAP. We go down there and start vibing with OG. You know what I mean? And re-drop AAP. Bang. We already was fucking with each other. So we already was being together. Rain to come over my crib all the time. Me and Ed was together all the time. Me and Reed was together all the time. We was all together all the fucking time. You know what I mean? So it was like, why not? You know what I mean? We was together. We start rap. We was even doing our music, start doing music together and shit. So it was like, I was kind of distant. But that was only because I already had my team already. I already was latched on to my niggas that I grew up with, you feel me? So that was something that I had to make sure that I had to make sure I wasn't trying to walk with two legs across two different bridges. So I had to make them bridges meet. You know what I'm saying? And Big Star was the thing that made them bridges meet. That's why I'm gonna always be grateful for him, because when we come together to do the whole Top Klass thing, we bigger than me and my homies. Or at the time, me and my 3 Southwest homies, we collectively bigger. Like, you know what I'm saying? So why not? Why wouldn't I? And it was like we didn't have to come in no group. So once we made it to where it's though, no, Frank, we ain't gotta be a group, but we a team. It was like, why wouldn't I? What I'm gonna say, no, and we still gonna be together. We still gonna be on each other's shit. We still gonna do all this shit together every day. We still gonna do the same shit. But I'm gonna be like, no, I'm the only nigga ain't gonna be Top Klass by running around holding down the fort. You feel me? So it was like, why not? And OG did some of the thoroughest shit that a nigga did. You know what I'm saying? I had got locked up 3 times back to back right before we started this Top Klass joint. Right at the re-drop AAP, I got locked up soon as he dropped it, like the next day and shit. And that was the 3rd time I got locked up within the course of like a week. So niggas let me sit in jail for a minute. I ain't have all my bail money. I probably had like $200-300 because I kept on getting locked up and losing money in the process. And Eddie Mars came and got me right at the Bob and them dropped that motherfucking Headshot DVD. You know what I'm saying? And I got the word on that shit. Yo, the boy Joey J had coming at you, nigga. Come to my son.
Before we get to that part, because I already know that, because that's like the main part of the Headshot video. So before we get to that, let's talk about how because before that actual part of the situation kicked off, it was some stuff that kind of happened before that. And one of the things that happened was I think Meek was trying to battle Reed, and then he ended up battling Kaboom, and then you ended up coming there in that situation as well.
Okay.
So tell the people a little bit about how that came together.
Okay. Now see, with the Meek and Kaboom whole battle situation, I don't even really know how that wound up taking place. But I get a phone. Me and Eddie Mars chilling. I think we somewhere in the hood, but we in the wheel and shit. We get a phone call and shit. I think it was Meek calling, yo, Frank around you? You know what I'm saying? Cause mind you, I met Meek right before that. I met Meek not too long before that. No, it wasn't even right. I knew Meek probably for like a year now. A couple months or something. A couple months I knew Meek at this time. Probably like 2 months. So I'm down there. He called Eddie Mars, yo, They call Eddie Mars, yo, Frank around, this and that, blah, blah, tell him to come down. Mind you, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it's no Joe shit at all, because if we was there, we fucked it with each other like that. I already fucked it with his folks, and we got mutual family and all that. So I already fucked it with his folks. Melly, my bro, so we, I mean, grew up together on a certain level, you feel me? So it was like we already had a thing where it's though like, all right, nigga, and I like the wreck. So and he was in his bag too. So if I wanted to call him for some wreck, he would have came too. So it was just the vice versa. He called me, yo, Frank, you trying to come down here, this and that. I'm like, he called Eddie Mars. They asked, was I with him? He had like, Frank, you trying to go down there? I'm like, come on, fuck it. Mind you, at this time, I don't know Kaboom. I don't know none of them. I know Reed my man, though. At this time, Reed, my man. Him and Meek ain't exactly start beefing yet. They was right about to. This was like the brink of it. This was like right before Reed dropped AAP. They was about to beef, I guess. But it was, when we get the phone call, we go down there, we slide down there. Long story short, we walk in, motherfuckers looking like, damn, like these niggas walking in this joint. Big Star joint had just dropped, you know what I mean? So motherfuckers already know the face. So me and Ed walk in there, we walk straight to the back. We stand in the back and shit. Meek battling, boom. He was battling somebody first. I don't know who he was battling, but he was battling somebody first. After they get finished battling, he started battling, boom. So we stand in the back. They get like a couple bars in, or like a round or two. When Meek turn around like, Frank, you want some of this shit, my nigga? I'm like, you already know I'm with you, gorilla. You know what I mean? So I get up in the mix. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now me and Meek done did a couple little adventures at this time, by this time, like far as linking up the body niggas, you know what I'm saying? So I was learning his shit. So while they battling, them niggas over there ad-libbing boom shit, and Meek ain't with no rappers, he with all street niggas. So I gotta ad-lib my man shit while he battling him. So this what it is, you know what I mean? So so now you got Joey over here, all these niggas over here, on this side. I'm on this side. I'm the only rap nigga, so I'm up front. I come up front of all the niggas that he with. So I come up front with him, and I'm like right next to him. So I'm like, whoever went next, like I got next. I want whoever went next. You know what I mean? So they battle, and everybody scatter like roaches and shit. Niggas start walking all around, turning all around and shit. So don't nobody want next, you know what I mean? We take the hint clear. Niggas like, ain't nobody else doing nothing. Meek turn around, Frank, we out, my nigga. Shake my hand. He like, I gotta give you my CD real quick. Come here, he just had dropped that Real Me joint, I think. The first joint or some shit. The first Best of Meek Volume 1 joint. And it wasn't even a fucking CD, nigga. You gave me motherfucking Kiss This and 50. I remember that shit. But no, it was motherfucking, but in the process, we leaving, and either Heavy Spitters or Back to Basics, one of them asked me to spit for their DVD. I spit for the DVD. I'm walking out. I see Jihad. He looking, so I nod my head at him. He like, what's up? He like, your name Frank, right? I'm like, yeah. He like, I fucks with you. I fucks with you. I'm like, that's what's up. I'm like, I seen you on that Hood Celebrity joint. I'm like, I fucks with you too. That's what's up. You know what I mean? We bop out after that. Wasn't nothing more said. You know what I mean? So so after that, the next day, I'm in the motherfucking crib. I just get finished arguing with the BM and shit. You know what I mean? Mind you, I'm fresh. This first child, all that. I'm one of them, she ain't gonna be like that. I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? So when we do get to arguing, I'm hot. You know what I mean? I'm on fire. So I go in the crib, roll up the wood. I'm rolling up the wood. I get the light in the wood. Take like 2-3 puffs. You know what I mean? Right before my motherfucking thoughts started and shit, my phone rang. Bring, bring. I look, it's my cuz. This one, the old Nokia Snake Game Jones was up. I look, I'm like, at this time when he calling me, I'm thinking this one of them phone calls. Yo, cuz these niggas probably, I'm thinking this one of them phone calls. We ain't do too much together. We ain't do no partying together. None of that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I thought it was. He hit me, he called me. Yo, cuz you feel like making some paper? So I'm like, yeah, what's up? You know what I mean? He like, you feel like battling a nigga? Oh, man. Shit took the air out of me. I'm like, what? I look at the phone and shit, like, I ain't say nothing and shit. So he like, cuz I ain't trying to put you out there for no nut ass couple dollars or nothing, cuz, you know what I mean? So I'm like, who? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what's up? I'm like, who? I'm like, who is? You know some nigga named Joey Jihad? As soon as he say that, I hit the lid.